Y'all see that? That tells us it is fall in Tennessee. Popping it in and heading out. Okay. Well, I got some stories for you today. When I was a teenager and living in Las Vegas, my friends and I were very close. My buddies, you know, we did lots of things together. And we had, one of our favorite things to do was to go on dates with the ladies. And we would go on group dates with the ladies. And it was a lot of fun. And I don't know how this whole thing got started. We had more fun, I think, asking the girls out sometimes than we did on the actual dates. And I don't know if this was something that people did in other places and it kind of drifted to Las Vegas, or if it started in Las Vegas and drifted other places. But let me tell you, we had a lot of fun asking the girls out. And let me tell you what I mean by that. In this day and age, if you want to ask a girl out, you probably pick up your phone and you text her, "Hey, would you like to go to the dance?" And that's really boring. It's really boring for the girl. It's really boring for you. It's totally impersonal. So, what would you do in that situation if you had no cell phone? If you had no cell phone, you would walk up and ask the girl out, right? If you had the guts, you would walk up and you would ask her out. Hey, don't pull out. Thank you for seeing me there, lady. So that was more exciting. You know, your heart races a little bit. You got to go talk to this girl face to face and see if she's going to ask you, you know, see if she's going to say yes, or she's going to say, well, I'll get back to you, or, you know, what would she do? Well, when we were young, my friends and I, we thought that was kind of boring too, to just walk up and ask a girl. We did it lots of times, you know. Hey, we got a dance coming up this Friday. You want to go with me and my friends? And, you know, we'd get like 3 or 4 of us, and we'd ask girls, so there'd be, you know, 6 people total after we were done. But that was kind of, you know, after a while we thought that was pretty boring. And I can't remember if I was asked out creatively, because we also had lots of dances where the girls, you know, it was a girls' choice dance. And that's awesome. I don't know if you've ever had that experience, but it's really cool, you know. And when they ask you out, they even flip the bill. It's like, woo! I don't have to pay. So, I'm not sure. I can't remember. I should have written this stuff down, but I didn't. As I've mentioned in vlogs in the past, this is the reason I'm doing this, because I didn't write this stuff down when I was younger, and I want, you know, I want it to be on record somehow. So as I'm going, I don't know if, like I said, if I was asked out or if somebody asked me out first creatively. But let me tell you what I mean by creatively. One day, I came home from school, and my youngest sister was just laughing and giggling and just totally beside herself with joy. And I couldn't figure out, you know, what was so funny, or why she was so happy. And she was 10 years younger than me, so she's like 6 or 7, and she can't keep a secret to save her life. So I'm trying to figure out what's going on, and she goes, "You need to go up to your room." And I'm thinking, okay, why do I need to go up to my room? But I'll go on up there, and so she's just laughing and giggling, and my mom's kind of smirking in the background. And I go up to my room, and in my room, I was lucky enough to have a room to myself at the time, and my room's a mess. But I mean, it's not normally like a guy's mess. There's balloons and confetti and streamers and just stuff all over the place. And I'm like, what the heck? And I go in, and then there's this like note on my pillow or something, and it's from a girl, and the girl is asking me out to a dance. And of course, if you get asked out in like a way like that, you can't just pretend it didn't happen, or you can't just go up to her and say, yeah, I'll go with you, that'll be fun. That's just super boring. So you gotta one up her, right? You can't just let it go. You gotta come up with a better idea, and you've got to answer her in a more creative way. And I can't remember what I did for that particular instance where I answered her, but I went out with her. And a lot of times, I don't know of anybody who didn't say yes whenever they got asked out creatively. Everybody always said yes. But that was kind of cool, right? So another time, and like I said, I can't remember what thing went with which way we were asked out, or we were asking girls out. But one time, a girl asked us out, and my friend and I, and they were sisters, and they asked us out. And so we were gonna, they asked us out creatively, and we had to one up them. And so what we did is we went and we got a whole bunch of, we bought a pound bag or half a pound bag, whatever they come in, of M&Ms and another big bag of Skittles. And then we went there, or we emptied out all the Skittles and emptied out all the M&Ms, and we separated them into colors, and we counted them up and see how many was in which thing. And then we wrote this poem or something, and then we made all this math stuff to where the girls had to do math to figure out what this poem said, because there was words missing, or actually I think the whole thing was missing. And they had to do the number of purple Skittles divided by the number of brown M&Ms would give you a number, and then that number would be a letter. And then the number of blue and yellow Skittles plus the number of red M&Ms, and that would give you another letter, And so we took forever, of course, to figure out how we were going to do this. And it took us a long time to create such a thing. And when we did, it was fun though, and it was something to pass the time after school. And we ended up getting the girls to, and they probably took less time to answer us, to figure it out, than we took to create all the puzzles and everything that we did. But it was cool, it was fun. And that, I remember what that dance was. We went to, it was called MORP, and MORP is prom backwards, right? So instead of the guys asking the girls ask the guys, and they pay, and they come up with the things, and we ended up going. You had to wear a tux, and you had to do all that stuff just like prom, except the girls were in charge. And it was awesome. We had a great time. They took us out in a limo, which was the first time I'd been in a limo. And we went to some park or some place, or maybe it was, and then we had a picnic. So we're out in our formals, and they're in their nice pretty dresses, and we're in our tuxedos, and we're having a picnic on the blanket, next to the limo in the park. So it was fun. And then we went to the dance and took pictures and did all that jazz. But life is it's meant to be fun, and you need to make it fun. You need to make it creative. Don't be old boring old Joe,